Well, very good morning, all of you. In the last class, we have discussed that quantum numbers. There are four quantum numbers: principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, and spin quantum number. So these are gives information about the atomic orbital precisely and the spin of the electron. And next another one, we have seen that shapes of the orbital. So shapes of the orbital, we can see the probability of the electron, how it is present around the nucleus. So the boundary lines, if we add that one, then we will find the shape of the orbital. So s orbital spherical, p orbital dumbbell, d orbital double dumbbell, f orbital fourfold dumbbell. Like this, we have seen the diagrams. And what are the nodes? What are the radial nodes or spherical nodes, angular nodes or nodal planes? We have seen them. So now we are discussing the energy of the orbitals. What is that? Energy of orbitals. For single electronic species like hydrogen, the energy of the orbital, single electron containing hydrogen atom, energy depends on principal quantum number. Energy of the orbital depends on only principal quantum number, that is n, but not any other quantum number like azimuthal or any other quantum number. It will not depend, only depend upon the only principal quantum number. For example, if you take first step, 1s greater than 2s equal to 2, less than 3s equal to 3p equal to 3d. So like that it will go on. So this is only for single electron containing species, like hydrogen. Next, multi-electron containing species, energy of the orbital. What is it? Multi-electron containing species. So the energy of the orbital depends upon the principal quantum number and the azimuthal quantum number. What is that? Principal quantum number and azimuthal quantum number. So azimuthal quantum number, we are having the subshells: s subshell, p subshell, d subshell, f subshell. So in that s, p, d, f subshell, p subshell having the 3 orbital. Is it clear? D subshell having the 5 orbital. Next, f subshell having the 7 orbital. We know very well. So because of the multi-electrons, there is a electronic repulsions are present in between them. So because of that reason, so there is a slight difference in the energy of the orbitals. Slight difference in the energy of the subshells, we can say. So for example, you can see bus 1s less than 2s less than 2p less than 3s. So like this, the energy varies from one orbital to another, one subshell to another subshell. That is mainly depends upon the energy of the subshells. So generally we have seen that S subshell is having less energy than the P is less than D is less than F. Yes or no? So that is also depends upon the penetration power and shape of the orbital also depends. Is it clear? So different difficult shape or complex structure is having the more energy than normal shape of the orbital. So multi-electrons depends upon the both principal quantum number and azimuthal quantum number, but only single electron hydrogen, that is only depends upon the principal quantum number. Is it clear? So like this you can express the energy of the orbitals. Next, another one, electronic configuration. What is it? Electronic configuration. So what is an electronic configuration? So the systematic arrangement of electrons in increasing order of their energy level of orbitals. So systematic arrangement of electrons in the increasing order of the energy of the orbitals, that is called electronic configuration for multi-electronic species. Electronic configuration for multi-electronic species. So next, another one, there are two methods to represent the electronic configuration. One is NLX method. Next, another one, orbital diagram. What is that? One is NLX method, another one is the orbital diagram. So first one, NLX method. NLX method. So what is the NLX method? So N is a principal quantum number, L is a azimuthal quantum number, X is a electrons, number of electrons. So to fill the electrons in the particular orbital, so we are following the few rules. First one, Aufbau's principle. What is that first? Aufbau's principle. And another one we are having the Pauli's exclusion principle, and finally we are having one more, Hund's maximum multiplicity rule. So first one, Aufbau's rule. So electrons fills in the orbital in the increasing order of their energy levels. Electrons fills in the orbitals in the increasing order of their energy levels by using the n plus L method. What is that? N plus L method. So first, for example, 1s means 1 plus 0, that is 1. Suppose 2s, 2 plus 0, that is 2. Next 3s, 3 plus 0, that is 2s, again the 2p, that is 2 plus 1, that is 3. Next 3s, 3 plus 0, that is 3. Next 3p, that is 3 plus 1, 4. Next 3d, 3 plus 2, that is 5. Next 4s, 4 plus 0, that is 4. So generally I have given the n plus L values. So what I am saying that Aufbau principle explains that electrons fills in the orbitals in the increasing order of their energy level. Now you can observe that. So that is in the ground state actually. So 1 plus L. So first electron enters into the 1s. So then enters to the 2s. Why? Because when compared with the 1s, 2s is the more energy. So first 1s. Next 3s. Next 3p. So up to here clear. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 2 plus 1, 3. And next here 3 plus 0, 3. One more thing. 3p is 4 and 4s is also 4, n plus L value. So if n plus L values are same, if n plus L values are same, then electron enters into the lowest n value containing orbit first. Lowest n value containing orbital first. That is very important. You have to remember. If n plus L values are same, electron first enters into the lowest n value containing orbital. So 2p and 3s. 2 n value 2 here, n value 3. First enters into the 2p. Sorry here. 2s, 2p, 3s. Yes or no? So 2p is here. So 2 plus 1, 3. 3 plus 0, 3. So lowest value 2p. So first enters into the 2. Next here 3p, 4s. So 2s, 2p. Next enters to the 3 plus 1. So 3p. Next enters to the 4s. Yes or no? Next 3d. Why? Because 3s, 3p. Next 4s. Next enters into the 3d. All of you will understand here. Here 4s plus s, that is 0. That is a 4. This is a 5. Yes or no? Even though that is the third orbit, that orbital present in the third orbit. If you observe the n plus l values, 3 plus 2 is more. There is a 5. 4 plus 0 is a 4. So that is a less. So that's why electron enters into the 4s first, then enters into the 3d. All of you clear? I think so. What I am saying? If n plus l values are same, first we have to check the which n value is lower. According to the Raoult principle, what is it? Both. Sorry. If electrons are filling in that orbitals in the ground state, first electron enters into the lowest n plus l value. So 4s 3d, lowest n plus l value which is 4s only now. So electron enters into the 4s first, then later enters into the 3d. All of you clear? I think so. This is a Aufbau principle. This is a Aufbau principle. Next, another one. Next, another one. Pauli's exclusion principle. Pauli's exclusion principle. So actually, while we are discussing the differences between the orbit and orbital, we told that orbital can accommodate maximum 2 electrons. Why? So that gives the clarity from this Pauli's exclusion principle. How? What is the Pauli's exclusion principle? No 2 electrons in an atom can have same set of values of 4 quantum numbers. No 2 electrons can have same set of 4 quantum number values. No 2 electrons in an atom can have same set of values of 4 quantum numbers. That is a Pauli's exclusion principle. Is it clear? One side I am saying no 2 electrons in an atom can have same set of 4 quantum numbers. If you take any electron which is filled in the orbital, at least 1 quantum number is varies. That is a Pauli's exclusion principle. For example, if you take what I am writing, for example, carbon 6. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Yes or no? Yes or no? If I want to write the quantum number for any electron, I am representing the orbitals also. Now you can see. Yes or no? Yes or no? Suppose if I want to write the 4 quantum numbers for this, for example, is it clear? So 2p, this electron for example I am taking this one whatever. 2p, 2 for example this one is it, n value 2, l value 1, next m value. What is the m value here? You can take 0. Yes or no? Next another one, spin plus of. For example, if I write 4 quantum numbers for this, n value 2, l value 1, m value, what is that? -1, s value plus half. Yes or no? If you take the any other, for example, sodium. So sodium, that is a neon 3s1. If they ask to write the 4 quantum numbers of the valence shell electron of sodium. So N value 3, L value 0, M value must be 0, S value is a plus half. Yes or no? Yes or no? For example, if they ask calcium actually 20 atomic number, so now you can write neon 3s2, not neon, argon 4s2. If they ask to write the 4 quantum numbers for 2 electrons in the valence shell orbit, N value 4 for 2 electrons. This is first electron, for example, you take this, another electron you may take. So this is value. Okay. So L value 0, M value is also 0. Next, S value for this electron. This is a plus half. This is also 4. This is also 0. This is also 0. But spin is a valence. If you take, suppose if I want to fill one more electron, sir, why you are writing only 2? Why not 3? For example, if I write one more electron here, I have to write either a clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. Only 2 directions are there possible for that electron. Suppose if I want to keep one, either I have to keep either one in this manner or in this manner. But if you write this one, the quantum numbers are equal to this one. If you write this one again, the quantum numbers are equal to this one. So Pauli's exclusion principle proves that one orbital maximum can accommodate 2 electrons. What is the Pauli's exclusion principle? No 2 electrons in an atom can have the same set values of 4 quantum numbers. That is a Pauli's exclusion principle. Next, another one, third one, Hertz's maximum multiplicity rule. Hertz's maximum multiplicity rule. So, what it indicates? Generally, if you take the subshells, S subshell having the 1 electron, P subshell is having the 3 degenerated orbitals, F subshell having the 5 degenerated orbitals. So, what is the meaning of degenerated orbitals? The orbitals which are having the equal energy, those we call degenerated orbital. So, what the Hertz's maximum multiplicity rule explains? So, in the degenerated orbitals, first each orbital fills with 1 electron after pairing occurs. Each orbital fills with 1 electron in the degenerated orbital, then pairing occurs. That is called Hertz's maximum multiplicity rule. For example, if you take a boron 5, 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. So I am writing only orbital diagram for this 2p1, px, py, pz, you know that. So carbon C6, 1s2, 2s2, 2p2, 1 electron, 1 electron. Nitrogen 1s2, 2s2, 2p3, 1, 1, 1. Next, oxygen 8, 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. So after filling 1 electron in the degenerated orbital, then only pairing occurs. Next, another one, nitrogen 1s2. So nitrogen, after nitrogen, fluorine 2s2, 2p5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, neon. Neon is having a 10 atomic number. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Yes or no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each electron fills in each orbital. After filling that only the pairing occurs. This is a Hund's maximum multiplicity rule.